Hello. It is hour number 4 of the Matt Murphy Radio Show. Would love to hear from you. 615-737-9986. 615-737-WWTN. We appreciate your telephone calls. My name is Matt Murphy. We host a gathering from 3 until 7. It's a part of live and local conversation that starts early in the morning with Dan Mandis and Nashville's Morning News. And you know, if I do say so myself, we save the best for last. That would be Jackson, Weaver, and Murphy until we get to 7 o'clock, and then we hand off to Mark Levin on a national front. I feel almost guilty that I pulled the Afton Bain card and am winning as a result, but there it is. Matt Murphy got my vote. There are 17.4% women legislators in Tennessee. How many bathrooms do they need? Writes one voter. 1285 says Murphy wins. I'm a senior woman who has no problem using a men's room. Any port in a storm. So here's where it gets funny. Years ago, well, I'll tell you the story in a minute. I've got to get to a few other things to include your telephone calls. I was about to go to Mike, and Mike hung up. Mike, come on. Let's be a little patient. We're going to get to you, buddy. On the New York City shooting front, it is very odd as the details have begun to emerge as to what happened in Manhattan. But what we have learned, and I have failed to fill you in on details, but if you're just getting off work, joining us, the gunman who killed 4 people in a Midtown Manhattan office reportedly wanted to shoot up the NFL headquarters. That, according to Mayor Eric Adams. The shooter, 27 years of age, who I will not mention by name. I don't do that. I mean, occasionally when it's necessary, we do it, but I don't think, well, one way or the other. The shooter, 27 years of age, entered the building that houses NFL headquarters at 345 Park Avenue. He intended to attack the Football League offices. A former high school football player, the individual carried with him a 3-page note in which he claimed he suffered from chronic traumatic encephalopathy. It's hard for me to say. Encephalopathy. There you go. Get it out, Murphy. Which is a trauma-induced head injury. And he expressed that the NFL was hiding the danger of contact sports for years. The shooter mistakenly went up the wrong elevator bank and ended up on the 33rd floor at the Rudin Management real estate firm instead of at the NFL headquarters. After shooting one individual on that floor, the individual shot himself after he opened fire. He killed 4 and injured a 5th person. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell obviously confirmed that the 5th surviving victim was an NFL, or he confirmed that they were looking for them. He confirmed that it was a NFL employee. Told the league in a letter that the employee was, in fact, seriously injured. The shooter gained access to the elevator bank after he killed an off-duty New York City police officer who was working at the building's security desk. The officer Islam, 36, was a Bangladeshi immigrant and a father of 2 young sons with a 3rd baby on the way. It's just tragic all the way around for those who lost lives, but particularly for a father of 2 who had a young child still on the way. Put himself in harm's way and made himself, he made the ultimate sacrifice. There's no question about that. So that story's out there. Just wanted to fill you in with some of the details, tragic though it may be. In the meantime, a judge has ordered the federal government to continue funding Planned Parenthood for now. This is another in the long, long line of liberal district judges demanding that the Trump federal government operate in a manner consistent with how they want them to operate as opposed to operating within the law. U.S. District Judge Indira Talwani handed down a new preliminary injunction requiring the federal government to continue providing Medicaid funding to Planned Parenthood clinics nationwide, contradicting a recent law that prohibits such payments. The same judge previously issued an injunction barring the government from cutting Medicaid payments to certain Planned Parenthood facilities. Republicans in Congress, as a part of their reconciliation package signed into law earlier this month, enacted a provision that for 1 year disallows federal Medicaid payment to abortion providers. Look, it's one thing that certain states still allow for abortions. It's another thing that they demand that on the federal level, we, the people, pay for them. Two different things. Two different things. Although it's not named in the legislation, Planned Parenthood claims the law was designed to target it specifically, and I would suggest that without being named in the lawsuit, that you most certainly were. In the meantime, your calls, 615-737-9986. 7882 says, you folks are smoking something. No way a project like this is happening in 18 months. And I said to 7882, tell me again in 18 months. I'm in construction and engineering. It'll never happen. Okay. It may not happen in 18 months, 7882. But I never thought I would see a time in my life where we would have a reusable rocket shoot a rocket into space and then return to the launch pad that it originally lifted off from and get captured by a grabber at the launch pad. But we're watching that happen. I never thought that we would live in a time where you would have artificial intelligence at the level that it is. I never thought we would live in a time where they would present a boring machine, and the boring company has, that they say can cut through a mile of rock in a week. In a week? Well, they claim that at worst, they can go through a mile of rock in a month. So I guess we'll all see together. 7882, with all due respect to your construction and engineering experience, I believe that Elon Musk is hiring pretty good people. And I don't know that it would be any benefit to them to claim that they could get this done by the beginning of 2027 without the possibility of it getting done by the beginning of 2027. What would that benefit them? Now, maybe it'll take a little bit longer, maybe red tape. I do not believe that a lack of ability will prevent them from getting this done in 18 months. I think, if anything, government will present red tape that would prevent them from getting it done in that length of time. In the meantime, it's Mike's turn. Hello, Mike.
How you doing, Matt?
I'm great. Thank you.
I just want to thank you for turning me into a Democrat. I've listened to you and your show, and I like it. And but you kind of got off the rail like you say I do. But on this issue with the tunneling, you've gone off the rail. You're making this sound like this is going to be such a complete success so quick, a year and a half. Bill Lee is leaving office in a year and a half, and he signed off on it, and all this tunnel boring is going to happen in a year and a half. And it's all going to be successful. It's all going to go under the Cumberland River. It's all going to come up right into downtown Nashville, like nowhere. And we're going to build all these elevator systems, and then we're going to get the I-40 people off the road that go downtown to work. Where we're going to put the cars, we don't know. But then you're going to send your friend to Las Vegas, who's going to run around on a Elon Musk train because it's successful there, because it's only successful because it's a 24/7 gambling town in a desert community that has temperatures that run about 85 to 95 to 105 every day. It's a gambling community. That's why you need to move people around underground. And so what you're saying here is that this is so successful and it's not going to cost anybody anything. It's just incredibly naive, and you're already going to see the lawsuits, and I become a Democrat just to stop this insanity.
Okay, so let me correct Just a couple of things, and I'll let you continue, Mike, because I try not to interrupt you, but you say things that aren't true, and I've got to note them. I never said that this would cost nobody anything. What has been said to us is that the boring company is going to pay for the construction of the tunnel. It's going to cost money, obviously. The taxpayers will not have to foot the bill for the construction of the company. Secondarily, I would suggest that, and I've heard a mile a week. I don't think it's a mile a week. I think it's a mile a month, and I misspoke. I do think it's a mile a month, not a mile a week. But it is up to the boring company to meet those deadlines, not Matt Murphy and not Mike from Old Hickory. And whether or not they meet that deadline is up to them if we get out of the way. And it remains to be seen if that is the case. If it's feasible, it's feasible. If it's not, it's not. But they're putting up their own money because they believe that it is most certainly doable and it will make them a profit. That's the way free markets work, right? If you and I, Mike, went into a restaurant business, right? If we wanted to make muffins, all right, Matt and Mike's Muffins, we would open up a business with the intention of making a profit. Our intention would not be that it was going to lose money. We wouldn't open the business if we thought it would lose money. So obviously Elon Musk is doing this and the Boring Company is doing this with the expectation that it's going to make money. They've done the math on the amount of traffic going from B&A to downtown Nashville. That's up to them as a private business to do the math and to see if it's going to be profitable for them. And they've determined that it will be.
What I'm saying, Matt, is that I watch these local programs like planning commissions, like in Davidson County, Laverne, in Lebanon, and Mount Juliet, city councils, and they all come on TV if you watch those little public education channels, which I did when I busted my ankle, and I was left watching this stuff. They actually bring up stuff like you got to have permits to even put a curb down anywhere, including Davidson County. And that this project all of a sudden seems to have been approved.
Yeah, it's 30 because there's no permitting requirement, 30 feet. And the state already owns the property. The state has given the permissions that are necessary in order for them to proceed. Now, obviously, there's still hurdles to jump over, but look, no step too high for a high stepper, Mike. It's as simple as that. No step too high for a high stepper. You either want it or you don't. This city either wants it or it doesn't. And Nashville can either get on board and see the wave of the future, or they can try to get in the way and be squashed. That's up to them. Stephen, Lee, we'll get to you in a moment. It's 21 after the hour on Super Talk. Thank you, Ken Weaver. 26 after. 1733 says, Matt, while I agree with you that you need to hear naysayers' opinions, however, there's a difference between naysayers and people that are insane like Mike. You can't reason with insanity. 0108 says, I don't agree with Mike at all, but that was very professional and not a bleep way to handle him. I'm impressed. That's more pleasing to listen to. Okay. I guess some days I'm better than others, I suppose.
Next time you'll be mean.
I'm trying not to be mean to Mike. Apparently, was Mike blaming me for him being a Democrat?
Yes.
Huh. But he said that he watches public access of the Metro Council in Davidson County, but he's just recently become a Democrat? Huh. That's odd. No matter what they build in Nashville, says 9444, it will never make me a Democrat. Me either. I don't believe in statism. I don't believe in government control. Dave is next up. Dave, good afternoon. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me. Man, I hate agreeing with you. It makes my wife laugh, but I hate agreeing with you. But what I don't understand is why people would be against this. So if I'm understanding it, there's no taxpayer funding. Is there like any tax incremental financing or any of that or tax rebates involved in this? I haven't heard.
To my knowledge, no. There are no tax abatements. This company will pay their taxes just like any other company will pay their taxes in the state of Tennessee. They abide by the same laws. Their ask was to be given the rights to drill underneath state property, and they have been given those rights. Obviously, there's a level of state oversight that has to go on to make sure that they're doing everything safely and they're not endangering others. But to my knowledge, this is as advertised. This is a matter of the Boring Company want to prove the concept that they can come into communities, alleviate traffic congestion, and provide a beneficial alternative to riding on the roadways with these tunnels.
Right, which also goes to reducing congestion, all the green initiative stuff that people love and all that, which I think is bogus. But what I'm trying to understand is the opposition to this. Is it just anti-Musk or what? I don't understand because
it's my understanding the opposition comes from leftists who don't want the free market to solve these issues on their own. They want the people of the metropolitan region to be dependent on government to solve these quote unquote issues because it increases their power and control. Secondarily, and maybe in this case more importantly, the Metro Nashville government got a seat at the table last year, and they declined that seat at the table. Specifically, Freddie O'Connell declined to have these conversations with Elon Musk's company because he was so insistent on getting this transit tax passed. Well, by the time that he got it passed and he had an opportunity to sit back down at the table, he didn't want to do anything with Elon Musk because Elon Musk was a part of the Doge program and was in cahoots with the Trump administration. So, I mean, it really is a politically driven opposition.
No, I mean, I'm a skeptic, right? But, 5 years ago, if you would have told me a private company was going to launch rockets into space, land them on ships, catch them, and reuse them, I would have said, there's no way that's going to happen. But clearly I was wrong. I don't know if this is that, but if it's all on them, it's no different if I go open up a gas station somewhere, and if I go out of business, guess what? It's on me.
Well, that's right.
Anyway.
No. I mean, anyway. Well, Dave, I'm glad you agree with me, and I'm glad your wife gets a kick out of it. That's pretty good. Do you want to apologize for that there, Jackson?
Yeah, that was my fault. They didn't enunciate the P in ships.
The caller, Dave, said ships, and Jackson hit the dump button. Well, you know what? You got our back. That's good. At
least I'm quick on the trigger. You're
a team player and quick on the. I mean, I would never hit that button. I don't care what we say.
Oh, you don't say?
I mean, I got you. You notice how I deftly don't go to another call while we're trying to build back up that 10-second delay. It's 31 after the hour. It's time for news anyway on Super Talk. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Several of you holding on the phone lines. We'll get to you momentarily. By the way, big winner in today's Nincompoops stories. You want to take a guess there, Jackson?
I'm guessing you won.
Correct. You would be right. Now,
who came in second?
I did not tally second place. Both of you, I'm sad to note, as much as I love both of you, you failed miserably by comparison. I mean, second place. That's first loser, Jackson. First loser. Who cares? If you ain't first,
you're last.
You're last. Now, on that vein, Happy Gilmore, that's a fun flick. I mean, some love it better than me, but, I appreciated the movie. I think most of us of a particular era. You're a little young to have experienced it as a first run.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
But, okay, as one of your favorite movies of all time, you had a binge-watching session over the weekend where you watched both Happy Gilmore and the brand new Netflix Happy Gilmore 2.
I did. Since they're both on Netflix right now, I decided to, Friday night after the show, I was going to sit down, watch both of them. And I really enjoyed Happy Gilmore 2. I thought the cameos were fun from all the different golfers. I felt like, the jokes were good. It was fun. I wasn't expecting peak cinema, but like I had fun watching the movie.
If you enjoyed the first Happy Gilmore, I understand some people don't. They just don't get into that kind of humor.
It's so good. It's peak Sandler.
But if you enjoyed that type of humor, and if you walked to that road before, you suggest that you will appreciate this film?
Yes, I actually plan on watching it again, maybe tonight.
It's my understanding that the cameos are, pretty out
It's
there.
loaded. There's one about every scene.
I asked a question, because I saw a list of the number of golfers, and I understand that, like, some of them are
Our main cast.
are integral to the part of the story, but then there are other, like Jack Nicklaus is in this, right?
Yes, he is a cameo in the Champions Room.
So did Tiger Woods just turn this down?
I'm assuming he had to, because every other big name golfer of the last, I want to say 30 years, you got John Daly, you got Jack
Phil Mickelson. Was Phil in there?
Phil was not.
Okay, maybe they wanted too much money. I don't know, but
You got Rory McIlroy, Brooks Koepka, a lot of guys from both the PGA and the Live Tour, and it was fun. Four of them are an integral part of the story on a team with old Happy Gilmore.
Okay,
and John Daly's great.
Does John Daly kind of take over the Chubbs role?
No, he lives in Happy's garage and gets drunk all day.
Well, that's on brand.
He is not the mentor in this movie.
That is on brand for Long John Daly. Okay, well, so how many Jacksons out of 5 Jacksons? What are we giving this?
I'd give it 4.
4 out of 5 Jacksons for Happy Gilmore 2. There you go.
Happy Gilmore 1's a 5 out of 5. Might be a 6 out of 5.
You can't have more Jacksons than
That's
Jacksons
one
available.
One of my favorite movies. I had it on VHS, and I watch it at least once or twice a year. It's so good.
Man, the Bob Barker scene is good. It's hard to.
Ben Stiller's also good in that movie. He's good in this one too.
I also saw Ben Stiller's back.
Yes.
Is he the same character, the crazy guy?
Same character, different job.
So I watched this Break 50 with Bryson DeChambeau on YouTube, and he had Adam Sandler trying to break 50 with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam Sandler said he talked about Herlihy, Frank Herlihy, I think his name is, his writing partner that wrote Happy Gilmore with him. And he said, we've written so many things together, and we always know who writes what joke. But he said I eat pieces of bleep like you for breakfast, and the response, yes. You eat pieces of bleep for breakfast?
Yes.
He said, we argue to this day about who wrote that joke. He said, because
such
it's one of the more,
joke.
It's such a great line. He was like, neither of us can agree on who actually wrote that singular joke. But
I actually enjoyed Shooter McGavin in this movie as well.
Who doesn't like old Shooter?
Have you seen it yet?
I've not.
You need to watch it. But yeah, Shooter's great in the movie. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he starts out in the psych ward. So,
okay,
hijinks ensue.
Okay, so is there a shift in tone towards Shooter in this movie?
What do you mean?
Shooter was the bad guy.
He is not the bad guy in this movie.
In this one, he's not the bad guy, but he's still in it.
He is a very prominent figure in the movie.
Okay. Looking forward to it. I'm going to re-up my Netflix, not for this film. I'm actually I canceled Netflix because these jerks couldn't figure out my password situation, but I gotta re-up it because my buddy Dusty Slay has a new comedy Netflix special out. That's
I need to watch that.
Actually out tonight, called Wet Heat, and I think Dusty's going to come on with us on Friday, and then he'll be in studio a little bit later on in the month, or next month. But Matt, we watched Happy Gilmore 2 this weekend. It was hilarious. They make fun of Live Golf. 5 out of 5, 100%.
It was great.
Okay.
I've seen some sequels. Like one of my other favorite childhood movies is Space Jam, and Space Jam 2 was horrific.
No good. And I did not watch either. I'm such a
You've never
snob.
seen the original Space Jam?
No.
The OG Space Jam is really good.
And Bugs Bunny, Michael Jordan, that thing?
Yes.
No.
I watched it pretty recently.
No. No, thank you, no.
It's so good.
I will pass.
Not a Looney Tunes guy? That surprises me.
I like Bugs Bunny. I like Elmer Fudd. I like I mean,
they're all in
love
it.
that.
They're playing basketball with Michael Jordan.
I'm excited about the Acme movie. Have you seen this?
Acme versus.
I think it's Wile E. Coyote versus Acme or something like that.
Yeah, I actually am excited to see that movie.
So if you don't know, the premise is Wile E. Coyote gets convinced. It's like a Who Framed Roger Rabbit deal, where it's mostly live action, but it's animation too. And Wile E. Coyote gets convinced to sue the Acme Corporation for all of the faulty products that are sent his way in his attempt to get the Roadrunner. But it was shelved for years.
Mm-hmm.
They put it on the back burner.
It's been done and filmed and edited and all of that for a while.
I mean, I don't know what to expect because of that. I mean, if it was that good, wouldn't they have put it out? I don't know. Well,
it'll be a fun time.
We'll see. It'll be fun. John Daly has a bar that just opened up by Vanderbilt. Really? Well, let's go. What are we waiting on? Let's shut the show down early and let's get out of here.
All right.
I spent all day in a pit and have not had a chance to listen to you guys. Did Jerome Powell have their meeting, and was there any news today on that? Yes and no. More on that to come. Stephen is in, well, it says Stephen's in traffic. Hello, Stephen.
Hey, man. I love your show, buddy.
Well, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate that.
Yeah, listen to you every day. I'll make this quick. I was over-the-road truck driver for about 27 years, and now I drive locally, delivery driver in Nashville. And one thing that I noticed is the bottlenecks in this town. And what I've seen in other cities around the nation, I'll take Indianapolis as an example. Just like Nashville, Indy has 3 interstates running through it, 74, 65, and 70. All trucks have to go around downtown on that loop. Nashville sort of has a loop. We have 840. We got 440. We can keep, I see so many trucks coming straight into town down the Sylvan Evans Bridge, going north to get on 64 and 25. 65. They can take Briley Parkway, go around the top, hit 24, 65 that way. They can take 840. If your buddy Freddie and the state would get together and get these trucks to go around Nashville instead of straight through it. I mean, if you've ever been at Fessler's Lane at 5 o'clock, you know these trucks are trying to get up north. They could hit Briley Parkway and go up there. And I think it would solve a whole lot of traffic trouble.
I mean, I think a lot of them do, but I don't disagree with you. The struggle is if you are going 40 and you're trying to get to 65 north. And then obviously Briley Parkway is the answer to that. But if you're coming from the west on 40, Briley Parkway is not the same on the west side of the city as it is on the east side of the city in terms of.
No, it's not.
But I hear you. I hear you. I mean, especially those trucks that are just going 40, or if they're coming from 40 and they want to go 65 southbound or 24 south, or obviously they ought to have, or I guess it's technically 24 east.
Coming north on 65 would be a trick. I don't know how you get through town that way.
Right. But there are ways that we could limit the 18-wheeler traffic, Stephen, and I don't disagree with you there. Thank you for the telephone call. The answer to our caller or our super texter about Jerome Powell, there was no meeting that I understand. There was no meeting today, and Jerome Powell is not expected to cut interest rates this week. I'm assuming that's what you're asking about, and if that's the case, then there is your answer. Cecil is next on a tunnel situation. Hey, Cecil.
Hey, how you doing there? I appreciate your patience there dealing with Mr. Mike. I was listening, and then when he said that he was a Republican, changed it to a Democrat, I knew he was a fool then, so that kind of explained where he was going as far as this not liking what was taking place as far as with the transit system. We're living in a world right now to where I don't care how successful if a plan comes up dealing with the free market, the Democrats will not work with the Republicans. They don't want to give the Republicans credit for anything, even if it cures or helps something. They are just simply hell-bent on hating the Republican Party and stopping innovation and doing anything that's moving forward to help the betterment of people. And so I think what the state needs to do in this situation, the hell with dealing with the mayor down there, because these are the same idiots that allowed us to lose millions of dollars when we lost RNC when they went to Wisconsin, all because of political, their affiliations and stuff, not liking the Republican Party. So what we need to do is go ahead and use that atomic pen and get over the filibuster like they have up there in Congress, like the president has, but bypass these Democrats, use the state land that we have, and get with a private partner that has enough land down there that's willing to purchase and work with us, and we can go ahead and get this project moving. Elon Musk has the IQ of anybody higher than anybody on this phone right here. This man made a rocket go up in the sky and came back down. I'm pretty sure he can bore a tunnel 30 feet under the ground, under the river, to make congestion better here in Tennessee. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Cecil, I love it. I absolutely love the call, and you make it a habit to call us back anytime you want to, brother. I appreciate that very much. And I agree with you completely. It's obviously a political maneuver, and the state's going to make this thing happen. Whether the city wants to be a part of it or not, I mean, they can either just sit idly by and watch it happen and then jump on in front of the parade or not. In the meantime, Sally writes in and says, Jackson is the nincompoop. Happy Gilmore 2 sucked. Happy Gilmore was a great movie. Then Sally says, Space Jam, that explains a lot.
Can't enjoy Space Jam?
I don't know. I've never seen Space Jam, but Sally feels like your appreciation of Space Jam explains everything that she needs to know about your critique of movies.
The first one was excellent.
The first Space Jam.
Yes.
But the second Space Jam.
An abomination.
Both Happy Gilmore's thumbs up from Jackson.
Yes.
Well, there you go. 615-737-9986. I don't even know why I give out those telephone numbers because we're very short on time. We'll complete the show by throwing out some things that we haven't gotten to yet. That's on the way next on Super Talk. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Before we go, these things. I mean, it's kind of a depressing story to end on, but it is a fact. Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney is demanding immunity and other protections before she'll testify before Congress. Otherwise, he says she'll plead the Fifth. Attorney David Oscar Marcus laid out conditions for Maxwell's appearance under subpoena, including immunity from prosecution. Without such guarantee, he wrote, Maxwell will have no choice but to invoke her Fifth Amendment rights. The Oversight Committee will respond to Maxwell's attorney soon, but will not consider granting congressional immunity for her testimony, said a spokesperson. Well, here's the way I see all of this playing out. She's going to want a lot of things. Her attorney's going to want a lot of things, to include the possibility of limiting her time in prison. They will get none of those things because it would be a public relations disaster in order to do that. I don't care if Ghislaine Maxwell can deliver. I mean, there would come a ridiculous point where I would suggest that, I mean, there's certain things she could probably deliver that would be worth it, but the public relations disaster will preclude any of that from happening. In the meantime, Washington and Lee University professor, who could have easily been a nincompoop in the news for me today, Shannon Fife, published an article in the Tennessee Journal of Race, Gender, and Social Justice, in which she said the Republican majority in the Tennessee General Assembly are participating in transgender genocide. Huh? How about that? Transgender genocide? The academic noted that more than 250 laws targeting transgender treatments have been passed by various state governments, including the state of Tennessee. I don't think we are trying to kill any transgender people. We just don't want to mutilate babies, lady. That's all. That's going to wind it up for us. I've had fun. I hope you have as well. For Jackson Williams, for Ken Weaver, we'll be back tomorrow at about 3 o'clock or thereabouts. Until next time, have a great evening, folks. Hug your loved ones. So long, everybody.